A question Mark and I often get is which program do I use? And you'll notice with What's the Buzz, you'll get a rough idea. We have the early learners, the primary students program, and also the teenage program. Mark and I want you to really think about the developmental age of your student or your child, and keep that in mind, because there are many teenagers that we see who can still really benefit from some of the lessons from the Early Learners program. We see so many preteens and teens sitting there with that big book that is designed for 4 to 6, 7-ish year olds, that's chronological age, sitting there with the book, poring over it. They'll tell us they're looking at it for their little brother or sister or for a little family friend, but they're really learning and growing from Archie's early stories, not just the stories that are relevant for teenagers. So do keep in mind that you are the expert on what a young person needs. And just check in, have a flick through. You can see on our website, we've got information about what's covered in each chapter. To be really socially, emotionally competent, you need to have all of those foundation skills. So you might have a 15-year-old who really struggles with their social skills. You might get the teenage program because of the teenage issues in it, but you might also think about taking a look at the purple book and the orange book, where you might find some foundation skills that they're still missing, that they actually need to be able to get to that teenage level as well. So then what you might do is use some of the language that Mark and I have written into the teenage program and then adapt it for some of the content in those earlier years programs. So don't be afraid to do that. You will have to make some adaptations. It's the same with the early learners. There'll be some children that you're running that program with who are 5 or 6, but have the developmental capabilities at that point of perhaps a child who's more like 2 or 3. So, simplify, adapt, be flexible with the program to really match the needs of the child in front of you. And don't worry so much about the age group that we're referring to. Do remember that you're the best expert on what's going to be most suitable. So take a look at the chapter titles on our website. We have many schools that have all of the programs, and they pull from each of them depending on the week and the students that they're working with. So hopefully that's been helpful.